I'm live on YouTube. It's actually working. Yay! 40th time is a charm. Here we go. Okay. Yes, it's fun. You get to meet. That's what I'm talking about. You meet so many people. It's so hot here. It makes so many fires. I'm staying inside. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'm not a computer sciencer. I'm just like a regular person. But anyways, okay, so we're live on the YouTube. We're casting charts. If anybody wants their chart cast, you're welcome to come. I'm sorry I am 13 minutes late. I was having technical difficulties. See you here in a second. It's because I put a crystal on my forehead. I did it for you. I felt it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Shalila. It worked, you see. Just received notification. You're going, yes. So I'm on YouTube now. So you can come on YouTube. We can cast charts. So it's the solar, not total, Scorpio lunar eclipse. Retrograde. Welcome, Luna. Welcome, Luna. TC, welcome, Carrie. Hello. So Karina, Luna, welcome, welcome, everyone. So we're doing, it's a prenumbal lunar eclipse in Scorpio, not like last spring, last May the 16th. It was a total lunar eclipse, total full moon eclipse. Hi, Karina. Hi, Spoo. Okay. Not the lunar eclipse in my first house. You'll be all right. We have each other. Okay, we have each other. We'll be okay. But there we go. Okay, perfect. So you're all here now. Hey, okay, it worked. It worked. It took 4 or so tries, but better late than never, as they say. So we can do that. So the eclipse, okay, we can talk about that, and we can get to work on other stuff. I forgot what I asked you to do yesterday. Hello. So, okay. We left off with hello, we did it. We did do it. Better late than never. Okay, so we're here, so we can discuss that and all the other things we were meant to talk about last weekend, but we didn't get around to doing it because we were having too much fun for a couple of hours. So we can cover all the topics, all the themes, and yeah, and then we can get into. I'm wondering if the Patreon people, if you did your white paper trick, I asked that. Did you do it yesterday? The day before it was yesterday, you still have 45, 40, 54 minutes. You still have 54 minutes if you'd like to do it. It's still good. I'm wondering if you actually did it. And I'm seeing if I have Spoo. Spoo, I don't have you saved, but I know I've read for you before. So let's see here. Spoo. Okay. It's my first live here. Feel new. I'm a patron. Finishing. Okay, good. Do it. And then, I gave you the second date of the month. You're supposed to do that to get what you like. So everyone can hear me, right? Imagine I was talking to myself for 5 minutes. I'm like, right, guys? Guys? Okay, so we can do that. So do it. You have until 12:09 p.m. So you're fine. So 54 minutes. Yep. You did it. Okay, good. Charlotte, I'm not hearing anything. Karina, I'm not hearing anything. You had homework. You had Patreon homework to manifest. Let's get it. Okay. Spoo, if you'd like to go, we can do it. Okay, we can do it, Spoo. You can give me your details and we can get to work and discuss the eclipse. Will the eclipse be eclipsing? I can hear the angels calling. Amen. That's what I want to hear. Sometimes when I listen back, I get so cringed out because, like the sound of your own voice. And I always think, why is it eight octave? See, I can't even speak today. Why is it 8 octaves lower than normal? It's because I haven't woken up. I haven't even finished this tiny cup of coffee. And I sound like a smoker. Like it's just so distressing. Oh, sheer. Teach. I'm gonna need an extension on that. No extension, no forgiveness. Yeah, you have 45 minutes to do it. If you can't do it, the next date is posted on the Patreon when you can do the manifestation thing. What question can I ask though? Okay, I'll drop my deets. Something that makes sense, like what is important for me to know right now? How will this eclipse affect me? What should and shouldn't I do today? Why am I so beautiful? Like why am I so perfect? Like why does God love me? Like he loves everyone, but why am I so special? You can ask normal things. Please refrain from asking things like, do aliens exist? Because I will go on a tangent as to why they do. And like what is the meaning of life? Like astrology can't answer stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so we've got your details. I'm a Sag rising and I'm rushing last minute to finish my Patreon homework because life, it happens to the best of us. I'll do the things moving from you. Okay, don't worry. You have time. Where am I? Okay, let me just cast this chart and then we'll get to partying. So, at the last live, People ask pretty good questions. The only thing I don't really appreciate is when people get really particular on predictions. Like, when will I find a piece of gum on the ground? You know what I mean? I can't, I would have to sit here for ages and click through day by day by day. That's not workable. There's people waiting. It has to be like a snapshot, like 23:37. I feel this live should have happened an hour later, but if I did that, that was my initial thing. I wanted to make it at noon. Then I wouldn't be able to get back to my readings on time, and that's not good. That is not good because I have to honor the people booked in advance, so I can't be playing games with my heart. Okay, Spoo, laid back Spoo. Here's my spoon. Goo gwit and Spoo. Hi, Nunu. We're just live on YouTube hanging out. Okay, so we've got, oh, Jesus. Okay, who's next? Anyone else want to ask a question? No, I'm just messing with you. When is my boyfriend going to slay a dragon to prove his love for me? Okay, easy answer. If he hasn't already, red flag. Actually, someone left a comment on my YouTube today because I said if a person doesn't pay attention to you when they talk to you and they just like talk over you and go back to talking about themselves, I'm like, that's kind of like a red flag. Like, they're not a good communicator. They like clearly don't care. They just like want something from you. And someone said, it sounds like you're the red flag. And then some 12-year-old commented under them, she's absolutely delusional. And I was like, you haven't been out in the world. You haven't tasted just the disrespect of life. I'm like, clearly it's a problem. You wouldn't stand for that in a business meeting. You wouldn't stand for that in a job interview. If someone is only talking to you so that they can like feel you over the shirt, of course it's a red flag. It's like ox blood red. It's like blood orange red. What do you mean? Hi, Megan. Thank you for being here. Hi, Maria. Hi, Reem. Oh, happy Friday. Welcome, Reem. What time is it where you are? Wien Yuls. You have my life on your screen now. I do have your life on my screen. I wish I hadn't seen it. Yes, I do. Yes, I did wish that. No, I'm just joking. It's okay. Spoo's cool. Spoo has all I heard was red flag. Are we sprinkling? We are sprinkling. I love Shira Seven. I think she's incredibly wise. I think one of her first books was called The Wisdom of Shira Seven. I'm like, she is very wise. Okay. So Jupiter hour. Oh, Reem is on top of it. Okay, so you are 7 hours ahead. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Spoo, you said you wanted an interpretation of the planet in your first house. So Spoo has Moon in her first house. Yeah, her ascendant is a baby ascendant. So interesting. The only thing that I find very interesting is not only thing, but the first thing that caught my eye was basically the eclipse I was talking about that happened last spring on May 16th was at 25 degrees of Scorpio, and your moon is at 24 degrees. So clearly, some life changing event must take place within the next 6 months if it hasn't already. So oftentimes people will think that when an eclipse happens, they'll just be propelled to stardom or like they'll move to a new country. And though that's very possible, actually eclipses are, they can do with loss or difficult transitions. And because it's in your first and seventh house, it really should alter the course of your life, your daily life. So whereas last spring's eclipse I mentioned earlier was a bit rougher, this year is a bit more smooth. Okay, so we're just looking forward to the end of that. The only other thing as well is when the south node goes over the person's moon, sun, or ascendant, it can make them a little bit disconnected from themselves. It can make them feel a little bit lost in life, like they're drifting, or you're just like a husk of a woman and you don't know who you are, or something like that. So, internal reflection. So, I have found with a lot of Scorpio risings and moons the past year, what's really changed for them has been profound understanding. They have actually had fresh perspective, new perspective, seen themselves differently. Whereas, let's say, for example, you were very impatient, you weren't getting a job that you wanted before. Now you realize you're so glad you didn't get that job because you got to whatever, spend time with your dog or see your grandma or whatever. Like you needed to do something a little bit deeper than that. So it actually worked out really well, but it had to force you into that because you would not be going willingly, gently into that. What is it? Would not go quietly into that dark night. So anyway, that's the first thing. Another thing, it makes you incredibly auspicious. So when ninth ruler goes into the first, it's very lucky. Ninth is called a Bhagya house, Bhagya, meaning like good fortune, auspiciousness, like Maha Bhagya. So it's good for belief. It's good, very good for travel. And it is the sign of travel as well. According to Jaimini, Cancer is the sign of travel. It's in the house of like passports and customs and long distance movement. So when you and then moon is the shiftiest planet. It's not a planet, but moon is a satellite, but still, okay, it's fastest moving. Excuse me. So it could make you move around a lot, move away from your birthplace. But if not, or if so, on top of that, it can also make you a little bit restless. So like restless mind syndrome people, you've often find will be that way. And restless indeed, because the eclipse, yeah, is sandwiched right between the two. I don't think you're sleeping much. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? Because the eclipse hits you back to back, back to back. Also, be proud. I had a vegan dinner last night. Why would I be proud of someone not eating cheese? I'm just kidding. That I am proud of you. That sounds wonderful. Sorry, I thought you said AC. Yeah, you said. Oh, I thought you said AC. Sorry, Spoo. Yeah, and you see, I did move 3 different houses. Keep pack up, move again. No one asks. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so then we will see. Sun is very weak. Jupiter's okay. Jupiter is really nice, close to the fourth because it can give a large living area, large living quarters. It can make a person like a property owner eventually. Oh. But you lack direction. You need direction in life. That's a bit of an issue. Confidence. Well, you're fortunate in that you're moral. Okay, you're very moral. So Jupiter and Sun can grant goodness and morality. There's nothing that really signifies godliness. I suppose the closest thing would be the Sun, like one's soul. And Jupiter is like religion and belief. So when they come together, it makes the person a little bit enthusiastic. When they're too strong, it can make them arrogant. So because your Sun is debilitated, you should try being a bit arrogant or something like that. Mm. But generally feeling lost. So when it's your 10th ruler, so Sun is in the weakest house and it's in a weak sign. So that's something to bear in mind. You should maybe propel yourself. Work hard to propel yourself to be more practical. That would be my advice to you. If you're a woman of strong belief and strong conviction, then I would do my best to take practical action. So let's say you wanted to do something creative and you really believed you would succeed. As nice as that is, I would literally say, okay, after work, I have 2 hours before I have to whatever cook dinner. I'm going to break it down in 4 30-minute tasks on how to work on my side project or how to work on my passion project. Apply yourself. Very, what a lot of people would consider boring. So I would apply oneself in a very pragmatic sense because you do have a nice chart for creative people. It would be a shame to waste it. So writing, researching, making art, decorating things. Okay, I wouldn't let that waste. And definitely, if Uranus is in the fourth, you probably will be propelled to move different places. No worries. I did it for Jupiter. Gang, gang. Oh, I forgot I told you to do that. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Yesterday was Thursday. I have lost, I don't know what the last eclipse did to me. I have lost the sense of like the days of the week. I'm not really sure what day it is most of the time. And I'm not sleeping well. Look, I'm sleeping so poorly. I can't sleep. I don't know what's happening. And I wake up so many times. Thank you, Xanthia. I know it's confusing because Etsy will email people and say your reading isn't. I didn't know that Etsy notified people because, like, on my end, that's how I organize myself. So I know who just bought it, and then I have a list of in progress, and you go in order of the day that the person bought it, so you like are fair. And then when I move it to in progress, people get confused because they think it's done, but it's just telling you that I'm working on it. I'm not actually. It's not actually done. There are only sorry, there are only two planets on your IC. Outer planets don't count. We know this and that's it. So you only have Sun and Jupiter. So I'm sorry. Get your vision checked. I don't know what's going on there. Spicy grit. I feel insecure with my abilities. That would be your sun. Your sun is doing that. That's why I wasn't able to work on them, but you have to. So just say hi, Amanda. Hi, Michelle. You're here. Why? I love your hair. It's so cool. Okay. I mentioned that yesterday, I think. I'm back. I did the paper thing. Thank you. I woke up on Wednesday and swore it was Saturday. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I thought Tuesday was Wednesday. I thought Wednesday was Friday. I thought Thursday was Wednesday night. I don't know how that makes sense. And I think today is Thursday and today is Friday. Okay. So that's what's happening. Hi, Amanda. Good. Oh, yeah, my God. Okay. I remember I did Amanda Vina. I did Amanda's reading for the first time ever. And in the introduction, I was like, you have the name of like a famous person. Like it sounds like sparkly and shiny, like a diamond. I'm like, Amanda Vina. It's like so like cool. It sounds like a I don't know. I feel like coastal like homes and country clubs. And then she never responded to that. So I thought she thought I was being very strange. Oh, Maria, that's a really good question. It's on my you know it, Charlotte. Yeah, that's the one. It's on Patreon. Yeah, but and I use whole sign systems, so I don't see it that way. Okay. Um, but even still, that's a really good thing. Except that it would make you really overindulgent. So when Jupiter and Venus are too close, the person doesn't know how to stop sometimes, okay? Especially around sugar, they can like be very much predisposed to insulin resistance. Yeah. So I mean, Sunday's eyes are burning. Sun Sunday's coming up, okay? So in 48 hours will be Sunday. So do Sunday remedies. So you could do little things like I don't know, wear orange, wear red. If you have rubies, you can wear those, you know. Just build your confidence, etc. Okay, Michelle, you are here. How are you today? Thank you so much for waking up early to be here. I really appreciate it. I know it's very early for you. Okay, Michelle, I just saw you. What should I be doing for money? Nothing. Women breathe air, and that's it. Next question. Imagine. Oh, Jade, it's on YouTube. Mother, may I ask a question about my birth chart? Yes, of course, Megan. I'm good. Okay, I'll do Megan and then I'll do Michelle. So, Megan, I think I have you in the database. I can just bring you up. Megan, I don't have you. Why, Megan? Okay, let me do this. Go ahead, Megan. Give me your deets. I know you are a Cancer female. Okay. And then we can do that. And then we'll do, should I make a list? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why, Monica? Why? I'm sorry. I'm so slutty. Says, I'm just casting charts, Reem. I'm just having fun. All right. March. Yes, ma'am. Wait, it's 96, not 95, right? Yeah, it's 96. There's a weird magnetization in the past 2 years of 1996 children being obsessed with me. I'm not sure why. I'm happy that you're here. It just makes me question if I've fallen through space and time because then I forget my own age. And then it makes me feel like very humbling when someone reminds you, you're not like those people. I'm just like, where am I? Double checking. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. But anyways, you have your chart memorized. It's a copy paste of Katie's. We know that, okay? Children. I don't do childbirth predictions. It's on every disclaimer on my thing, on my listings. Oh my God, your memory is amazing. That was over a year ago. You're the only person that's ever told me that. But I'm never wrong. So one's all you need. It's like winning the lottery. So there you go. Okay. Not people my age asking about children. Yeah, she's I don't want kids. I was saying you called us 96 kids children. Oh. You are though. You're like, you're born a child. Does that make sense? I haven't woken up yet. 1998 sleigh. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm born in 1999. We've been over this. I grew up with cassette tapes. Okay. I got my first non-skip CD player when I was 1 year old in 2000. So anyway, um, what if I just completely ignored everything you said? I'm like, will Megan have children? Let's have a look. Um, okay. And you asked something that I've completely blanked on. I think it was just transits. So Bestie said, okay, moving transits, potential moving on in love. Okay, moving on in love. And then you said you called 96 kids children. I know you know what's so weird? It's true. You're you're only like 2 years younger than me. So it is a bit odd. Because I think back to 3 months ago when I was 27, and I'm just like, yeah, like I was traveling alone. I took my car to the mechanic alone. I paid bills alone. Like you forget what it's like. But yeah, it's fully grown. And you know what's really freaky too? When you realize that your parents were married and had children in their 20s, and you go, what? It's so crazy. That's weird. Okay. It bends the mind. Yeah, then your dad was 21 when you were born. God, okay, I was a total, like, I wasn't a bad kid or anything. I just didn't have the mental capacity for parenthood before I was like 25. Like, I just didn't like realize what that entailed. You know, like, I don't know how people do it. It's very impressive because he's a man too. Teen dad. He is a teen dad. Moving on in love. Moving on in love. Moving on in love. Let's focus. Moving on in love. Well, that's very easy. Yes. Okay. So you have a few things happening. So first of all, hang tight for the eclipse because when you're a moon ruled person, lunar eclipses will affect you a lot. Moon is in the fifth. You can make a big wish around that. The fifth lord is out of crappy conditioning with the retrograde, and he's transiting the first, which is pretty frustrating, but it's a nice like planetary exchange. So you're actually like you and Katie are quite fortunate at this time in some way. Um, Seventh lord is about to go over and have your Saturn return because you're 27. And then another thing that's really important is the North Node will move over your Venus in July. I think it's July 17th. They change signs. So you have a few things going on that will help facilitate that. And I like that you use the word moving on because in a year and a half to 2 years, you might move. Okay, you might actually like move home. I'm pretty confident. Okay, so within 2 years, I can even give it a little more time than that. Like I'll give it another year, maybe. But in the next few years, you won't be situated where you're situated if you didn't want to be. Very easy to change to make. So in any case, Venus will enter your first house, which will also make you extra lovable. And so that's like slow start, but it will definitely pick up. Any Cancer rising has had the eclipse hitting their 11th and 5th house. So you could meet someone through friends or online. The people used to set each other up. They don't really do that anymore, do they? But either way, 11th ruler transiting the first is very favorable. You might buy something nice for your home. But that seems good. And Cancer risings have had it pretty rough with that Mars retrograde for like 7 months. That was crazy in your 12th house. And you know what? The 12th house has to do with like a great wish fulfillment. So it might have you know, severed you from some like delusion around love or some ideals that weren't really fruitioning or weren't really making a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm actually pleased for you because, yeah, that's good. Mars plays a really strong role in indicating the type of person that you end up with. So I'm in favor of all that Mars energy coming through for you. Teen dad. Oh, he was and is. He's better though. Okay. You are home. You move with me to Miami. Okay. So Mars spouse gang. Me too. So that's why I always say I'm happy to marry anyone, but I have a very strong feeling he'll be like a little bit tricky where he'll come out with like a normal sun sign and then you open their chart and there's just like 3 or 4 planets staring you in the face with like the ready to headbutt you. So your manifest so when you said moving on in love, that sounded like you wanted to leave somebody, so I'm very confused by your wording. So you want him to move, so you're home now, but you're manifesting him to move you to Florida. Ah, I thought you were already in Florida. I'm very confuzzled. So, yeah. What's the earliest you could move? That would be a good question. Not anytime soon because we don't want your third ruler retrograde when that happens. Fourth ruler in the first is very shortly coming up, and then it will go through the second. That's okay. I think you'll be making more money very soon. So, this summer. So, hopefully, you get a better job. Will you move for your job? That is the question. Oh, also, yeah. See your 10th ruler in the 12th. You did move back home. Did you say New York was your on your Uranus line or something like that? Okay. Well, I mean, just tell him, move me to Miami this weekend, or I just stop talking to him. I mean, like, this isn't rocket science. You don't need astrology for that. I feel like Shira 7. I'm like, some of you don't think. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. The Uranus line. Oh Lord. Oh, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, I'm here to heal. Come here, Katie. Come for the hug. Come for the healing. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Saham. Thank you for being here. Okay, that's the question. So that's the question. Now that makes sense. Mm. Okay, Katie, what do you think of this? Thank you. Hope you have a nice Friday too. What do you think of seventh Lord transiting the Darakaraka? That seems promising, right? I think that's promising. And yeah, so that's not too bad because you also have when Jupiter moves into Taurus, which is in 11 days, then that will start aspecting the fifth. So obviously it'll take a bit of time, but he'll be there for a year. The 11th is one of the houses that we look to for marriage because it's like your long-standing wishes and marriage is intended to last for an entire lifetime. So that is actually a pretty good period. So from this spring to next spring, but I mean, we want it to go ASAP. So, hmm, that would be quite nice. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like something significant. I think so too. That's okay, Saham. Don't worry. I lived on my sun line for almost 3 years. How was that, by the way? I'm right on my Mercury line. Mercury runs right through Toronto, which probably explains why I don't shut up. Paul's Venus is in Taurus. Mel says, "Oh, that's really nice. That's actually really nice." What's his sun? I forget. I know you've told me it before. Depending on the dignity, but Rahu, Mercury retrograde and cause confusion. I'd say it's Taurus. It's in the Taurus stuff because can cause confusion. Yeah, a bit. I mean, we need Mercury to go direct, and then we need Jupiter to enter and help save the day. But actually, in tropical astrology, Jupiter will meet the North Node May 30th and June 1st. Okay, so May 30th / June 1st. So the very end of this month, Mercury will be chilling. And when that conjunction happens, then that could be like a bit of a spontaneous thing. Okay, so hopefully he does the right thing by then, and Venus will be in your first house. So that's a pretty good recipe for engagement. This summer in general looks quite nice for you. So there's also that to look forward to. Aha, mine eyes. Okay, Cancer Sun. Okay, 1 second. So Spoo makes a really good point. She says, Jupiter is going to transit my 7th house, Taurus, soon. I'm excited to see if I can leave my single era behind. I think so. So one thing to note, if you're a woman and Jupiter transits your 7th, that's an obvious thing, right? For Spoo, it's doubly powerful because it's also 7th from her moon. So look out for that. So if you are a Scorpio moon, but Leo ascendant, Pisces ascendant, Cancer ascendant, whatever, but Jupiter is transiting 7 places from your moon, that will also open an opportunity for you to meet a serious partner. Okay, so she has it twice as strong. So we're really pulling for Spoo to get wifed up within the next year. Okay, so he is Cancer Sun. So he's right on your ascendant. So that's very nice. Gemini moon, Leo rising, Aries Mars. Gemini moon. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. That sounds good. Cancer Sun. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Okay. So we'll just manifest it. We'll have to manifest it. So Megan, do the paper trick from Patreon. It would be I love the eye emojis. It would be a rich guy, of course, because Mama Grit taught me to accept nothing less. Amen. Because why suffer? Life is hard enough, okay? Everyone go watch Shira Seven's channel and like level up, as she says, level up cosmetics. She has that eyeshadow palette, dust free zone. I love a witty woman. So funny. Okay, so Michelle, are you still here? I'm sorry. And then Maria. Michelle, here we go. Oh, it's the Aquarius rage. I get so many Aquariuses. I'm not surprised because we like to kick it and hang out. I have an unrequited love with Aquarians. They do not care for me, though I care very much for them. Such is life. We love and learn. And Michelle says, what will I be doing for money? We answered that. It's called marriage. So next person, no suffer, only stacks. No suffering, only stacks. Okay. Okay, so what will you be doing for money? First of all, cool chart. Actually, really cool. Wowza. Okay, so she has, I would say, personally, me, something technical, like with equipment. So something like with computers or something very like just hard industries, like hard for me because as we know, when I tried to go live on YouTube, computers are hard. Okay. Numbers are hard. Leave me alone. I'm a word person. Like architecture, engineering, it's very impressive. Anything of service to people. So like building, whatever sanitation systems or infrastructure that's actually like beneficial to the world. Promise me I will marry rich. Now we're asking the real questions. No suffer, only stacks. No suffer, only stacks. Okay, that's the truth. But yeah, something quite like that. And especially if you wanted to get yourself into some sort of government organization, you would do very well in that. And lastly, I would say, so something really technical with equipment, but I mean, it could even be creative. Okay. So like film equipment or musical equipment, that stuff to me is like old episodes of like Star Trek, like navigating a spaceship or something. Okay. It's like mind bending, but some people can do it. And then being of service is another one. To some extent, you could do well in something like banking as well. You do have a really nice chart for wealth. So she has seventh lord exalted in the 11th house, and then the dispositor is in the second. So that's called a Dana yoga. So that's a wealth forming yoga. So I have no doubt you'll be fine in life. Your spouse will be very savvy with money, actually. A very skilled person, entrepreneur, very communicative, businessman or lawyer, something like that. Verbose individual. And loud, like you. So you have a combination that makes a person need to be heard. So they might like project their voice very powerfully, bellow. They might be like a belter or like a rooster, or they just might feel that they're not heard sufficiently. So he can definitely give that to you. An intelligent man, an educated man, probably well traveled, worldly, cultured, things like that. So yeah, that's actually quite nice. And he's tall. He's a big fella. He's a big dude. You're intense. This is intense. My God. I want to like Michelle needs to be studied. Pause the astrology. I need to get Katie on Zoom and be like, look at this girl's chart. Be careful with male lawyers, bestie. Literally the worst thing I ever did. She's so right. Don't do it. They are so jaded about everything in the world. Yes, but what's your question? Clearer insight on what? Um, can astrology tell which career is more fruitful to us? Yes. Sometimes, people change careers a lot these days. So sometimes you can see a period of greater fruitfulness, let's say in like 6 years, and the person has three things they'd be really good at, but it's not until they actually change that and like make that move themselves that actually happens for them. Okay, Shalala, what is Maria is next. Oh yeah, sorry, Shalala, and then sound cut out. Oh no, can you hear me now? Okay, Shalila, what's your like formulate a question for me. What is your question? Okay, you can hear can't hear anything. Oh, thank you so much. You can hear. Okay. Sound went weird, but I left and rejoined. Oh, okay. So what is the question? I'd like to know how I can gain clearer sight and see things for how they are. I like physically. I was like, castor oil, probably. Um, see things clearly for how they are. What are you confused about? Okay, and then I'll do Maria. I know Maria's been waiting. Maria O. Let me see. I think I have you. Yes, I have you here already. Okay. Maria, I don't know if you're still here. Maria Shalala. Sorry, it wasn't working for me for a bit there. I don't know how to explain it better. Maybe you're confused by transit. Could the timing of life just make you feel if? So in Shalala's case, the eclipses are happening on her um, on her angular cusps. So that could distort maybe the person's idea of what they want to do in life. And her 10th lord was also eclipsed very strongly. I told you that yesterday in the reading, like what you want to do. And also it's her soul planet. So the next year and a half, her life could look very different than it did a year ago. Okay, so I mean like the next little while, not exactly a year and a half. You know what I mean? From last year. And it could and that's what I was saying to I can't remember who now. But when that spoo, when that happens, you feel like a husk of a person. You don't really, you're like under a fog or a haze. I know that happened to me too, and I just think I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. Like every day I do this stuff, I don't see results, or I don't know what it's for. What's the point? Like, some people get like that when they work 9 to 5. Some people get like that when they don't work. Some people get like that when they're single. Some people get like that when they're in a relationship. Or worst of all is when you actually get what you want and you're not happy. So, like, let's say somebody really wants a relationship and they get a relationship, and then they're like, I had way more fun when I was single. You bum me out. And then it's like, wow. Wow. Okay, good. Okay, Maria, thank you. I do offer synastry. Okay, so Amanda asks a good question. Will you be offering synastry readings on your Etsy anytime soon? Also, I'd like to know if this man is ever going to propose. Okay, so I have a full synastry. Like if you want to get married, you get like a full in-depth one. And I also made one for an old client, and she said, I just need to know if I should date this guy. Like just 5 minutes in and out. Like, should we even go for coffee? So I wanted to call it, should we even go for coffee? But like, no one should go for coffee. So I said, should we even date? So there's one that's like a third of the price of the full thing called Should We Even Date? And I can compare charts very, very quickly with that. So yes, that's also on offer. Ah, Saham. In Vedic, is the eclipse happening in Libra or is it also in Scorpio? That's a really good question. So, what am I talking about? I was talking about the eclipses, how it hits your moon and then it just makes you feel a little bit away from yourself. It's in Libra Saham. That's true. It is in Libra, but pay attention. It is in the nakshatra Vishaka. Vishaka is a split nakshatra. Some of them are, okay? They fall into two signs. So the earlier part of Vishaka is Scorpio, and then the rest of it is Libra. So it's in the Libra portion, but since the nakshatras are very tight, unlike signs, they don't span out 30 degrees. Okay. Someone like Spoo, her moon is in 24 degrees of Scorpio. She will feel this eclipse like she felt the last eclipse. So not as strong, but actually it'll be a little bit more chill, thankfully. But it's because her moon is in Vishaka. So that's why, okay? So it has a yeah. So I don't like that. I'm like, to me it is or it isn't. But if you look at the nakshatra, so someone can have also, someone can have, yeah, like Spoo, let's say her ascendant is Scorpio, but in sidereal, it actually is in Libra. So she's not exempt because that means that her moon was hit by sidereal transit only. Okay, we're just to give you some idea. She's getting hit twice. She's getting hit with her moon last year, and then this year she's getting hit on her ascendant. Because tropically it's both, but sidereally, in her case, it's also both. So just check if you have something for, yeah, so Saham, we can do your chart. So we'll see if you have something like that, then you will also understand like why that's very intense for you. So yeah, so on my Etsy, I have, should we even date? And it's under $100 and I can give you something very to the point. Okay, what was I saying? Maria. Maria, oh, Maria, oh, I have you. And Maria, you asked me something good. Let me just scroll up to find your questions. Eclipse season making life more interesting. Yeah, it's a little flavor to me. Yes, of course. I'm here for you, Saham. Maria, Maria, Maria. Mm. Hi, there you are. And then you said, what remedies do you recommend for money this year? Ah, see, that's a really cool question. That's exciting. Yeah, I woke up with questions. Yeah, okay, I'm here for you guys. One sec. Let me find Maria. Money remedies for the year. And see, last year's eclipse squared Maria's moon only 2 degrees away, so is pretty tight. So that could make it hard to save money. In her case, saving money. And her second ruler is retrograde. That can also cause. Is it just me, or did like everyone break something in the last month that they had to repair, like a laptop screen or something? Okay, so another thing, saving money for Maria, just very quickly. Oh, you just asked for money remedies, didn't you? Hmm. You know, I'm going to make a note of that. I need notebook. Here we go. Money remedies. Oh my God, I had a whole thing of Post-its right here. Why am I not like switched on today? Money remedies. Because Maria, I know you're on Patreon, so I can give you the thing I give in readings very, very simply. And we can do one for all the patrons separately. That would be good. Make a video on there. One thing you could struggle with is accepting help from people. That could be an issue for you. Like you would have more money if you let people, if you received things, if people could do nice things for you. Also, 1992. The math isn't mathing. Give me a minute. Yeah, you know, things get better for you with time, especially around career. I don't know if you're interested in being self-employed. You don't have a chart for someone that can work with other people very well. You're not interested in that. So being like a manager, supervisor, boss, director, what is it called? Regional manager, division team lead, something like that. That would be best. And then minimize expenses. This one's interesting. So your house of debt is pretty active. So the person accrues wealth over time. So we can obviously do some money remedies, no problem. But generally, you don't have a chart that's like poor or something like that. You just need time. Another thing I would consider if I was you, you have a combination of people who can prosper from their hobby. So if there's something you like doing, like some people like to, whatever, hand pour candles on Etsy or edit like cool videos or something. Do something like that and like put it up for sale. You have a chart that can make money from your own enjoyment. But the sixth house is a ledger house. It's an Artha house, so it is a semi-wealth producing house because the six rules debts. So if you pay down your debts and you manage, because it's like routine and all the fun stuff, like being financially literate, you tend to be better off in life in time. No worries. I've broken like six different things this week. See what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like intense. Hi, Lulu. Yes, of course. Last year during the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, I went through a friendship breakup. I hope this one won't be as intense. I want it to be boring this time. Okay, so that was last year this time. I'm wondering, did something happen around October as well? You know what? Another thing, Libra risings got rocked pretty hard because the eclipses in Taurus are in the eighth house of transformation anyway, and eclipses are pretty transformational. So that's pretty unforgiving, to be fair. If anything ruffled your feathers this month, it would be a coworker. Maybe a sibling, okay, but someone you see often, so probably a coworker. That would annoy you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you moved to a new country. That's what it is. Okay, Reem, and then Lulu. Reem, my queen. Reem. There you are. I know it. See, isn't it so fun when I have you saved in the thing? I can just go click, click, click. Reem, what is your question? Oh my God, there it is in the eighth house. I just said that. I just said that. Ah, man. Reem, you're born in August, right? I'm looking at the right person. Yeah, you are. I remember. Yes, ma'am. You're the queen we don't deserve, imagine. Oh, it is highly probable for the coworker. Yeah, just cool. Try to keep a cool temper. What were you, Libra rising? Yeah, okay. We know we have our call tomorrow, so we're doing the group call on Zoom tomorrow, so we can go over it. We'll go over it in more detail for everyone. Okay, Reem, what was your question? And then we'll do. I'm sorry if I skip you. I just Amanda. Oh no, you didn't have a question, right? Did you? You just asked if I did synastry readings, which we did. And then I don't know if Imali is still here. Imali Tessie, Tess. Yes, you are. Yes. Okay. Did you have a question? And Reem, what is your question? All the little butterflies are so cute. So cute. What are you guys doing this weekend? Want to hang out? I'm going out tonight to see a friend I haven't seen since New Year's Eve. She finally got back from Mexico. She was away for a long time. Oh, okay. No worries. Then I'll see you next month. And my big news was, you know how I was supposed to go to the gym? I went to the gym one time, then I got sick for 3 weeks, but I did it. I did it. You can hear me? Okay, good. I'm going through a very rough time at work, fighting with my boss like nothing. I want to know if this project will end peacefully this May. Oh, first of all, how dare he? Disgusting. That's not allowed. Well, generally, we know you do not vibe with authority. Your 10th ruler is debilitated in the first weak house, weak sign. Secondly, the eclipse from April the 20th was within 5 degrees of your actual ascendant. So that's incredibly intense. Okay. Now, because it is exalted sun and it's your fifth ruler, and it was including your ninth ruler, which is very fortunate. It looks like you would come out on top. You are quite auspicious in this matter. Let me just find something I want to do. Mm, oh my God, where is my. Do I not know the alphabet? What am I doing? Oh, I just had it here. That's very weird. Okay, let's edit that. Um, May 5th. Take 7, right? 12:07. I just lost time. That happens to the best of us. I think I think you get what you want, but I don't think you will leave that interaction unscathed. I think it will really get to you. Okay, so it looks like you get the whatever ending that project or whatever makes you happy, but it will probably make you go home and want to stick your head and scream into a pillow. Um, so the answer is yes, but it will not be very easy. I have a friend visiting from France. We will try to walk through London despite the coronation. That's kind of cute. He literally yelled at me for 15 minutes. I was about to cry. Hi, Annabelle. Um, I kind of wish like everyone had a witchy friend when something like that happens. That's not cool. I think you get your way. I'm convinced of that. I just think it will not be easy for you. I'll start talking back, I guess. Imagine you're like, my astrologer said on a YouTube live. Sounds like my old job. You know what? Yelling, anytime someone yells, I just feel the urge to bawl my eyes out. I think it's like something from childhood. I was a very quiet child. I barely ever spoke. And then the other thing is, I really don't like when my authority figures contradict themselves, like when they're hypocritical. Like if I'm like, the font should be blue or something, and they're like, red, what are you, stupid? Meh. And then like a week later, they're like, you know what, I had the best idea. The font will be blue and everybody loves it. And I'm just like, say what? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, be the thing that you are. Stick to your ideas. Like, I can't stand the flip flop energy. It makes me like, makes me boil over. I am Annabelle, but time is up. I've gone over an hour and I can't do anymore. Okay, so Lulu, I think you are next. Lulu, what is your question? I have to go read for my clients. And I think I don't have you saved on this. I have to change it. Okay. Lulu, can I have your details again, please? It's late February, isn't it? My Pisces queen. Thank you so much, Annabelle. Yeah, there we go. And time and place. And that's AM. Where in Lebanon? I know you're born in Lebanon. Um, yes, ma'am. I'll just pick a city. Um, okay, okay. And what is your question? Right. She said, Monica, when will you dye your roots? It's starting to look really bad. First of all, rude. Mind your business. No, I'm just joking. Tripoli. I love it's such a pretty name. Okay. You haggard wench. Actually, someone on of course it's TikTok. It wouldn't be a Mensa meeting, would it? But they said something like, it's not a red flag if a guy's an angry driver and he like threatens to end your life. Like the craziest like stuff you've ever heard. Like the gaslighting is on another level. And someone said that that hair bleach is seeping into your brain or something like that. And then after they commented on another video and said, stop running your mouth or stop talking, woman, or something. Like, obviously, it was just like some troll. Um, he said, go take care of your fried hair, you. I was like, I would love it if it like was actually funny, but it was just like aggressive and lame. And I was like, my hair's not fried. It's just really dry and unhealthy. Don't worry about it. Um, mind your business. Block. Like if you're a troll and you make me laugh, that's totally fine. There was that one guy who said something like he called me a liberal, which always makes me laugh, and then he went, "No, no man is gonna marry you, you liberal." And then he said, You ugly, you putrid dog, and it made me laugh so hard I liked the comment. Because he put the little emojis of dog. I would ask about my love life, very confusing. Oh, I would ask about my love life, very confusing at the moment, and it ended. Your love life ended? I wonder what that's like. You'd have to have one to begin with. It's fine. I was talking about someone else. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Lulu Bean, my Lulu. Lulu, what's your moon sign? Am I hallucinating? I don't remember this. What? Uh, my friend is so funny. I'm seeing her tonight for the first time in a long time, and she's like texting me like crazy. We're seeing each other tonight. She's like, "Hola, querida, cómo estás?" Just to confirm, see you at 8 p.m. Right? I said yes. She's like, "Okay, awesome. If you need the address or something, by the way, this is my neighborhood. I know what I'm doing." She went, "This is my address or something. Let me know. Remember, we only have 15-minute tolerance. To see you. I'm so excited." And then she put like little emojis. Uh, can't wait. Yeah, I am excited. I haven't seen her in what is it, 5 months? 4 months, which is crazy. This is what you have international friends. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I thought I had one. Virgo. I just bought my mom your full chart analysis. Yay. Thank you. I just got that notification. Thank you so much. Did you include questions? Or we can talk about it privately after. I'm like, so do tell me, what was her childhood like? Okay, so you just want to know about your love life. Let's do Lulu and then I'll jet. Mm. Okay, so in Lulu's case, number one, the eclipses, of course, are on 5 and 11. So the fifth house is the house of dating. So that's something to bear in mind. And the eclipse tonight is including the seventh lord, right? It's eclipsing the moon, the full moon. So that's pretty interesting. So that could explain that. Things will get better very shortly when Venus moves into the seventh house. And another thing that's kind of cool is the next year and a half. Okay, so from July of this year until late 2024, the nodes will be in uh, Libra and Aries. And when they go over the end of their transit before they're spat out, they will actually touch upon a really nice romantic combo that she has in her chart. So that could produce some pretty intense manifestations around romance. But I'm interested in knowing this year because, in 11 days. Also, thank you, Megan. Sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's Mother's Day. You did say that. That's right. Jupiter will move into your fifth house, and that will be really nice for a year. So if you met someone in that time, then they could also come with you with, from a previous relationship with children or something like that. And anything that ended too, it's not so bad because when you had an eclipse, this eclipse is 10 degrees away from your Saturn. And so that would be the end of some karma with some people. We just got to let those people go. Mhm. Yeah, I remember now. You married someone from abroad. And you did meet them abroad. But I wonder what we do second time. Second time should be close to home and have parental approval. A savvy business type of person, very communicative, very skilled, quite intellectual. You know what I would consider? Marrying someone younger. I would consider dating someone younger, okay? I think that is actually a good shout. I think it's actually I think do it. It's, like the "Don't tell Shira 7, don't tell Shira I said that." She'll be like, "What's the opposite of sprinkle, sprinkle?" Oh my god. Um, I put topics, but we can talky talk. Oh, okay, thank you so much, I appreciate it. It's yeah, yeah, the guys after your divorce, yep. Dust, dust, there we go, dust, dust. Yes. Hello, top winning product. So I would say, is he younger than you? I have a question. Is he younger than you? Is he olive skinned? Um, is he tall and skinny? Tall and skinny, business savvy, just 4 years older. Okay, I'll take it. That's not too bad. Um, what do we do? What do we do? Do we pull a card? How do we vote? Well, according to the cards, your wish comes true, whatever that is. Give him the chance to redeem himself throughout the summer, if it's possible. Okay. When Venus transits your eighth house, if a person deeply mentally connects with you, like bonds with you very deeply, okay, on like a soul level, I would allow it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised because it's also your fifth lord and the eighth, so it can break something, okay? Eighth house breaks things, okay? It's like the house of accidents and breakage. I remember he has ink. I remember. Yes, 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 yes. It's gonna sound really, really like insensitive. I think you have bigger fish to fry. Does that make sense? You're coming into a time of victory. You have bigger things to think about. And the next 2-ish years. Oh, thank you so much for the order. Oh, I'm so touched. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh my God. Amanda, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Thank you. Um, thank you very much. Okay. Also, yeah, I would check in on your mom. The mother's health could be affected from this summer onwards for a good year and a half, 2 years. So make sure she's okay. And if not, touch wood, astaghfirullah, that you might have like restless mind syndrome. You might feel really like bored and want to like shake things up in life and be really impatient and like go for things. So if you have stuff on the back burner you've been putting off, you might like start foaming at the mouth to like get things done or want to be distracted or want to just take a big bite out of life. So I feel that a strong streak of impatience is taking you over quite intensely. And so if you're not getting what you want, dust, dust. You will leave things in the dust. Dust that ream that is so funny. Dust, dust. I'm gonna say that from now on. Date a younger man. A child born in 1996. Dust, dust. What is blow dust bunnies on everyone? That's a joke. That's a joke. We're joking because I said I do realize you're 27. Okay. Timing's not so good. It ended today. What? Megan, wait, you can tell someone's weight by their chart? Why did this spike my blood pressure? I'll explain. Okay, yes. How would we know if it's fated? Absolutely. Okay, yes, I guess. Okay. How would we know if it's fated? Timing. So, because the eclipse happened in your fifth house of dating and romance, that would include when did you meet him? It wasn't recent. It was like last year. I remember that. I remember something at this. I remember it was spring. So just before the first eclipse. Then the second one was in October with Venus. That was very harmonious ish comparatively. In the fifth, that's fine. And then if it's fated, it could be because Saturn was involved for you. It was just on that axis. And Jupiter went over your spouse planet and Venus. So yes, so that's pretty cool. And I did she's the one who gave me the idea. So she said, I just want to know if we should even go for coffee. And I cast your charts and they were quite nice, weren't they? That was very nice. Okay. Wait. Cancel her. Cancel her. ah. Oh my gosh. Yes, it was a very high percentage. Yeah, it was very nice, wasn't it? Okay, well, I wouldn't despair because you do have a like some in housekeeping. Once that's like inner work settles down a bit, like the dust settles from that, it looks that about a year or so from now, you have a much better projection for love. Okay, so how do you tell if someone will uh, be of a certain stature in astrology? So let's take Lulu's chart. She will not. She will keep a figure her whole life. Okay, so that's easy to tell. So signs of Saturn tend to give lean people. Mars is very energetic. So if he's like depends. So if Mars is being aspected, let's say by like cosmic chonk like Jupiter, then the person can be like large, like stout, um, like D's looking, like very stocky. But if he isn't, if he's like, let's say, by a planet of smallness, like Mercury, then the person is like energetic. Mars is said to be very fast moving. So the people are just sort of like kind of like wired. They tend to like move fast and talk fast and walk fast. So they tend to be a little bit on the thinner side. Does it say I have a dump truck? Hey, I think Jupiter in the ninth house could give someone a real fatty. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. I don't have that. Yeah, so the planet of largeness is Jupiter and ascendant. So you're a Cancer ascendant that will show fluctuation. So your moon is in a sign of smallness in an active house. So not necessarily. Another one that's pretty interesting is Virgo risings keep a very nice figure and they age well. But at their mid 30s or in the point where they're approaching midlife, then they tend to just like gain weight. Oh, my seventh lord's oh, you're thinking of the spouse. Do you have Mars? See, Mars will give an active individual. So your Mars is with Saturn, so that person could be like a very lean muscle, like a runner. I always say runner, yogi, swimmer, because that's what comes to mind. I don't know. I can't be like he has the body of a golfer. I don't even know if those people exercise. Like I have no idea. Because sport, I don't know sport. Um, but yeah, there's planetary descriptions. So Gemini gives really good physical descriptors for the planets. So, for example, I should do a class on that. You guys would have so much fun because you can actually like know what the person to marry looks like. Like Sun gives a square-shaped body, so plank-like, very not rotund. Um, can you tell their skin tone and eyes? Okay, so Mercury is olive-skinned, Moon is fair, Saturn and Venus are darkness. They're the only two planets that give dark features. And the North Node is the color black, the south node is the color brown. So generally, if they're involved, you will get someone that has brown hair or brown eyes. Okay, Saturn, the same thing. Saturn gives a curl to the hair with a coarse texture. Venus gives a wave to the hair and very beautiful eyes, also probably dark. If I'll die if he's skinny. He could be like skinny fit, you know? Um, what does mine say? And then Venus, I said Mercury. Mercury can also make you golden, like a nice, like golden tan. Does that make sense? Like olive, like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern. Jupiter. Jupiter makes a person big. So Lulu is active, lean, fast moving, dark hair, dark eyes with a wave to them, great social decorum and societal graces, a person with love of food and nice things like luxuries, nice cars, takes pride in their home, cares for their appearance and the appearance of their children, the appearance of their wife. Foreign born is another one you get, but definitely dark features. Okay, so she has the North Node in the seventh house and Venus conjunct spousal indicator. So that will definitely give, dark eyelashes or eyebrows. Yeah, so different. There you go. Thank you, Megan. If his abs don't ripple with a swiftness that cannot be explained by physics, I will not be happy. I'm intimidated by ripped people. I don't understand them because my logic is if you do something like that 45 minutes a day, in my head, I'm like, that's 45 minutes I could have spent like listening to good music or reading a book or writing a book. So I'm just like, I don't understand you. But I know they don't understand me too. They think this is why you have the body of a heavy reader, Monica. And I'm just like, yeah, this is why you don't have the mind of a heavy reader. I don't know. What name could we use for a gym bro? Chad? Or no, Chad's like, okay. Galen or something. I don't know. Get out of here. We just don't understand. We just don't vibe. We don't understand each other. I love how beautifully you explain it. I would love to join your class. Thank you so much. Estella, did you message me or buy something recently? Your name is very familiar. When men get obsessed with the gym, it's ick. Okay, so my friend Martina, she said I don't know why, it just like she's so smart. She's a Gemini Sun Virgo moon. She out of nowhere one day she just went, people who go to the gym alone are fucking psychos like that. And I was just like, I don't know why, it just like resonated with me. I was like, yeah, something has to be wrong with you. And ever since then, I was just like very afraid. I attract models, so I don't know. That's my type. Yeah, that's your type. It's not my type. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand. I attract eccentric people, so I just feel that makes sense. They have no time to go to the gym. Damn well they're working on their hair care routine and putting things that shouldn't be mixed into a blender, and they're like experimenting with their diets. So, Siham asks, can Venus also mean olive skinned or darker? Yeah, it's quite dark. So, yes, you're right, Monica. I have been feeling ADHD for the past year. Yeah, we need to get you some meditation. We can pray prayers soon. So, I do such an English perspective in it. Yeah. She, yeah, she's not wrong. So I was like, yeah, that's so weird. But then again, I'm not a gym goer, so I don't know. Well, I did go to the gym. I don't go anymore, but I get bored. I'm just like, this is so lame. I don't know how people do this. So maybe I lack mental discipline in some things, but not others. Like I can sit and read for 5 hours and not even like feel pain until I go to bed and my knees are sore from sitting down. But then some people can, run like my best friend's running a marathon on Sunday. And I'm just like, that's great. Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do that? We used to run from our predators, okay? Those days are over. We take Ubers now and there's no lions and stuff after us. Ashwagandha, magnesium before bedtime. I sniff the life out of this every night. It's lavender. You might have heard of it, Saham. Lavandra. No, I'm just joking. Instant calm, instant relaxation. Go hug your kids. Within 15 seconds, you release good feeling hormones from I can't do the gym, but I can hike a mountain with no problem. Yeah, I'm a walker. I can hike. That's not a problem. Runners are the eighth wonder of the world. Runners are the eighth wonder of the world. See what I mean? Okay, we all have our preferences. We all have whatever, it's just it is what it is. So that's planetary scriptures. So sometimes you'll get a combination, like sidereally, I have a planet for youth and age difference. And I had a that's why I make fun of people born in the 90s because even though I'm born in the 90s myself, this astrologer said you're going to marry someone much younger than you, and I actually laughed in her face. I went because my whole life I just knew I'd marry someone much older than me, like Shira, because sprinkle, sprinkle, and I was like, yeah, younger because he's under 25 years older than me, so I'm not going to marry someone 33 years older than me, and she's like, it's funny. She's like, that's fine, but you'll see. It'll take you by surprise. And I was like, there's no such thing. And then she was adamant. She said, it will take you, she goes, you'll just suddenly change your preference. Somebody will just sort of like take you by surprise. And I was like, yep, 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 whatever. And that was 3-ish years ago. And I think about it now, the more charts I look at, and I had one lady who was 35 about 2 years ago, and I saw it, and I didn't know what to say. I freaked out because I thought, okay, if I was 35, would I want to hear that? And I was like, no, I laughed in someone's face. It was like a respected professional who studied with one of the best astrologers in the world. And I didn't mean to. I was like, yeah, I was just like, like it just made me laugh. I never heard such a thing before. It was crazy. And and I told her, I said, yeah, you will probably, if you meet someone this year, or you have met someone very recently, since like January, that's a bit younger than you, that's probably the person you end up with. Just FYI, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear that. And she wrote back and she was so grateful. And she said, yes, we met in January. It was like May at the time, or something like April, May. And she said, we've been together for like a few months. It's the best relationship I've ever had. And he's 8 years younger than me. And I was just like, go off, I guess. Don't tell Shira, but go off, So you never know. You don't know. So you have to look for combinations because it can be a little bit, you know. I find it weird. I find it weird. I'm with someone my age, but I haven't met a mentally mature older man yet. Yeah, that's another one. That surprises me sometimes because I've told you guys before, most men will DM or email me to ask like questions for group, like the hair loss and balding one I did with Edgar Casey. They're very sincere and they're very articulate. Like I don't mean that in a condescending way. Like you talk good. Like they are very intelligent and sincere and gentlemanly and really appropriate. They come with relationship questions, like general advice. Like I'm nervous to date and like I have a problem. I'm addicted to social media and like what I see doesn't match up in my reality. And I just remember sometimes I have to shake my head and I can't believe someone in their 20s wrote this like really long paragraph and sent this really long message because I thought when I was in my 20s, I was just grateful. Perfect grammar. I was grateful for any grammar at the other end of a text message. Like I was just thankful that someone could spell and wasn't like, how are you? When they asked, like, how are you today? And actually used a question mark. I was like, there are some really good men out there. We just have to like stay the course and not discourage young women. Like they will find someone normal, God willing. Yeah, just don't pull a Leonardo DiCaprio on us. Never. Never, never, never. I'm the big proponent of having your frontal lobe developed. And there was that one famous TikTok that was going around where some woman was asking her like super rich husband, what dating advice do you have for women? And he said, if they want to be like kept women or happily married, he said, don't even talk to a guy under 27. They don't even have a brain. And I was just like, I should get that on a t-shirt. A psychic told me I'd marry an American man. Same thing. Laughed in her face. See what I'm saying? Oh my God, yeah, I had 3 psychics tell me I would never go back to school. Okay, go off, I guess. Oh my God, the few older men I dated were so immature as well. Yeah, do you see what I mean? It just depends. Also, there's like niche things within every generation. So I have found that with Gen Zers, there are pockets of very socially conscious people who are not hypersensitive without like good cause or whatever you want to call it. They're like very well rounded, like they do their research, they're very a proper, and I feel like it's the best of both worlds because they have like millennial traits, but they're not jaded and they're not like ruined by millennial experiences. Same here with my friends. Therefore, pray for the young. I pressed send too soon. Siham. Okay. Yeah, it depends. I mean, there's yeah, obviously younger people general as a generalization, you saw they're very immature. The thing I have noticed about older generation is defensiveness. I find very odd. Defensiveness is usually the trait of a very immature individual, like a child. How can you be 50 and be defensive? And another thing I don't get is how can you live such a long time and be humorless? How can you live such a long time and have no idea of the world? Like, how do you not understand social cues that like someone is kidding or they're lighthearted or they're playful, you know, like some of the like I'm sorry, I know it's the internet, but I think that's zillennials. Yeah, I've heard that. That's a new original nickname. Okay, Sihanouk. There we go. Sihan. We'll call her Sihan with an N. But yeah, there's some people who like you just think, how did you go through life not actually knowing how to read a room, you know? And I'm scared to say that because I know somebody on TikTok, if we were on TikTok, they'd be like, maybe they have ADHD or they're on the spectrum. I'm not obviously, I'm not talking about someone on the spectrum. I'm talking about a 53-year-old or 55-year-old who refuses to evolve. You know, that's just like odd to me. You know what I mean? But there are, again, you know, that just comes with time. Literally, I think I'm not defensive enough sometimes because, yeah, I can't be asked. I don't care. I make a joke out of it. I really don't care. That's why when people come on the live and what did someone say one time? It was so funny. They said, "Yes, Queen, the Ozempic is Ozempicing." I was like, I want to be like, you know, damn well I cannot afford Ozempic. How dare you? You know, but I was just like, oh no, because you know they said like you have Ozempic face, and I just thought that was so funny. But I don't know how someone could hear that and actually take it seriously. Do you know what always leaves me flabbergasted is when they do the thing where they screen record people's lives and they just go in and like bug them and the people take it so personally. Like there was this one girl, she's so fun. She was actually so funny because most trolls just copy paste the same stuff and it's like not that great. And she was like, I don't know, something like, hey King, looking good today. That color really suits you. Do you have diabetes? Or hey, I love your bedroom. It's so cute. You look like you have diabetes. It's so stupid. You know what I mean? It's just like so dumb. But people were like, diabetes? What does that mean? It's just like that person doesn't know you. Surely on some level you understand. They're just like killing time. They're waiting at an airport lounge and they're just like bored stiff. They're like in a doctor's waiting area and they're just like, you know what I mean? Have you ever covered unaspected planets? What do you mean? Like in a class? No. I love those talks. Yeah, they're so fun. Hot take, things that some boomer qualities. Don't cancel me, guys. Yeah, they do. So it was the defensiveness as one and the entitlement. They're a little bit more entitled. Millennials are not that entitled. Actually, they're very relaxed. I do find millennials to be a little bit chill because we've just been rocked so hard by so much stuff. It's the microplastics. Microplastic brain. Yeah, there isn't much, is there? But that's also like very vague, like covered in what sense? I mean, unaspected planets are still producing results. So as long as it's there, it produces results, right? It's not interacting with another planet, so it doesn't really flavor. Like, let's say Jupiter. This is really good. Say you had a Jupiter in one chart aspected by Venus and in another chart aspected by Saturn. Okay, pop quiz. Whoever gets this right gets a second question. Everyone's like, they log off. They're like, we don't give a shit. Okay, which woman will have a baby? Which woman will have a husband? The Venus one will get the husband or the baby, or the Saturn one will get the husband or the baby. Bye, Saham. Have fun with your friend visiting. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the coronation. Long live the king. Eh? Thank you so much. My pleasure. See you next month. Okay. Bye. The Jeopardy music is jeoparding, just like the Ozempic is Ozempicing, and the defensiveness is defending. Also, speaking of generational speak as well, I always found growing up, I have no idea that people even talk about that. Long live his sausage finger. What do they call it? Charles fingers and mash from now on? Bangers and mash? My ego is too fragile to guess wrong, so I'll wait for the answer. Well, then no one gets the answer if no one goes. I'm just I'm just being mean. Yeah, just someone give it a crack. But yeah, like everything is a point of contention. Everything is a point of debate. Like your generation, it's like it's like people who are 5 years apart. It means nothing. That age difference means nothing. You know what I mean? Like I have friends in their early 40s, so we're over 5 years apart, and you don't even notice like when you're talking to them. So I'm just like, who turns that into a problem? I just don't understand where this comes from. It's the craziest thing. Well, it's vague because I don't know how much about it. I think I have an unexpected Mercury. I feel like it's a big part of me. My brain is in the corner. Aw, aw. Okay, well, no one's going to answer. What do we do? Where do we go? Who do we be? Let's see where you are. But here's what you don't need to have a planet be aspected for it to produce something. So you're saying your Mercury's unaspected, so your brain is in a corner. I think your Mercury is aspected. It's aspected by Saturn, first of all. Second of all, it's conjunct Jupiter. So it does have friends, unless I clicked on the wrong profile. That's you. So I'm not sure what you mean. I'm confused. But anyway, the planet still produces. It's there. It's alive. Aspects can make things better or they can make things worse. So you don't actually need something to be aspected for it to make sense. Oh, thank you so much. Lulu just messaged me. She's so sweet. She sent me an e-transfer to thank me. That's so nice. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. Wait, what? Ah, I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Whoa, whoa. I don't know what that is. Do you remember that? You remember that? Okay, so someone liked that TikTok from like over a year ago that you commented on, and then I did that thing. Do you remember? Oh my God, I love Robin too. I'm so sorry. That's Dancing on My Own. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, Robin. I'm a huge fan. Whenever you come and watch Guru Grit, just know we stand Robin in this house. Okay, we listen to None of Them and Konnichiwa. You know what? And we love you so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that was it. So it was the planet is still elevating, lactating, pontificating, impregnating, and whatever. And then I remember one Polish guy wrote, he went, I have no idea what this is in reference to, but it's hilarious. And I was like, thank you. I don't either. Okay, that will be it. I'm sorry. Once again, I've gone over. I've had way too much fun, but I can't complain because I've had a good time. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the eclipse. Here are some tips. Lunar eclipses are not considered to be good omens for the ladies, okay? Especially pregnant women, because it is believed that the energy of the eclipse can marinate the fetus, okay? So if you're carrying, and no pistachio cronuts don't count, like if you're carrying human life, okay? Because I'm always carrying carbs. Um, it is best to stay inside that day. If you go out, okay? So Megan, for example, Katie, ideally would not drive today. Okay, you would stay home. Who was someone else that was here? Was it Michelle? And yeah, Michelle shouldn't leave the house today. If she does, she shouldn't drive. I'm not driving today. I manifested seeing my friend, and it's so funny because she's a Scorpio moon, and I'm seeing her tonight. And I manifested not seeing her downtown. I just thought to myself, we're not going to meet downtown. We're going to go somewhere else. And she suggested this place, and they only had like a couple of reservations, and one of them was at 8 p.m. And I was like, perfect. It's the eighth sign of the zodiac. And it's like, we're going to go, and I can take the bus from here. Because I was like, I'm not driving on this eclipse because Mercury is retrograde. So I'm not going to do that. Damn it. No marinating my food, baby. I was looking for that eclipse flavor. Yum, 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 yum. The taste of doom. So if you leave the house, it's suggested that when you come back, you cleanse your energy. Okay, so you cleanse yourself because the moon is the signifier of women. So what you want to do is get like a salt bath. If you don't have a bathtub, I always say just go to like the dollar store, get like a plastic tub and do like a foot bath. The feet are the most porous part of the body. Stick your little piggies in there and splish splash around with some sea salts, okay, pink Himalayan salt, something like that, just to clean the energy. Okay, definitely pray before you go to bed. Uh, I would shower for sure because, like, in the video on Patreon that I called energy transference, I explained that was like so important. And like for me, when I do like today, I'm going to do 3 readings. Yesterday, did 3 readings. I can't go to bed if I don't shower. Like everyone showers every day for the most part, and that's totally fine. But after doing readings, there's like some energy transference. So you have to like be clean. So sometimes you shower like twice a day when you like talk to too many people and you don't feel right. Okay. So anyway, I'm not leaving, but I'm out tomorrow. Okay. Okay, tomorrow is our monthly call, so I'll see you who can come. I'll see you there on the Zoom for our Zoom party, 11 a.m. EST, and have a beautiful weekend. There's your eclipse tip. Go utilize it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Okay, I love you. I shower like a freak 3 times a day. That's what you got to do. In the summertime, that makes sense. That's like really sweaty, and then like last summer, I tried running. So you like shower in the morning, you shower after you run, then you shower after bed because it's just stinky all the time. Makes sense. Okay. Bye. I love you. Bye. Oh, wait. Thank you to everyone who bought readings. Number one, the spring special is still up until the end of Taurus season, which is very affordable. I'm still working on the PDFs. I feel like there was something I was supposed to remind you of, and now I can't even remember, so I don't know if I'm supposed to remind you. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, Luna. Bye, everyone. Bye.